how do we manage our internal bellies and muscles when the period throws everything off? I getcha. It is not only the time when we all reach, well, okay, maybe not all of us, maybe it's just me, reach for chocolates. Our hormones are all in whack at this time as well. Now, it's interesting. Most people find that they feel weaker, there's more muscle laxity and things like that just prior to their period. Some people feel stronger, so there's always exceptions to this rule, but most people feel a little weaker in those kind of 3 days leading up to the period, and then once their period starts, then they start feeling a little stronger again. Some people find this at ovulation as well, and what's going to happen is during ovulation, estrogen increases. Now, estrogen is really important for tissue oxygenation. I can't say it. Tissue health, let's go with that, and tissue healing. So it can be actually really important for the connective tissue, but too much of it can cause laxity in your muscles and joints and connective tissue and everything. So around ovulation, if you tend to have a higher estrogen level anyway, then around ovulation the estrogen goes up. That can cause some laxity, and it can cause issues with the pelvic floor. So people with prolapse and pelvic floor issues often find they feel more symptoms around ovulation or in that premenstrual stage due to that estrogen increase. In the premenstrual stage, so those are the 3 days prior to your period. So generally, I don't know, 26, 7, and 8, or give or take a little bit depending on your cycle. That can cause issues as well. So not only is your estrogen up at that time, your progesterone is up as well. And that is a relaxing hormone. So that is kind of like with that higher estrogen, then that comes in, that can cause extra issues too. So we feel like, you know, our joints might hurt a little more. The bloating is worse. Now, this isn't just a diastasis issue. If you really think back, you probably found prior to your period, you bloated a little bit more as well, right? So the diastasis is just making it look worse, but it's not actually a diastasis issue. It's the estrogen, progesterone, both being up, causing extra relaxing happening. And then let's just, you know, kick it all into high gear. After ovulation, our body produces more relaxin, okay? And let's just face it, relaxin is also a relaxing hormone. And what that's doing is it's getting your uterus lining ready for pregnancy, right? So your relaxin comes up after ovulation, and it hits like the highest point at that premenstrual stage. So that's that week, at that day 25, 26, 27, give or take, depending on your cycle. So now you have high relaxin levels, high progesterone, high estrogen levels, right? So whammy, talk bloating, talk joint pain, talk all of that stuff, all at that time. Now, it doesn't impact everybody the same because it really depends on your initial hormone levels, how much is happening, how your body really reacts to it. But that is why we bloat more and feel weaker, and like things aren't as right, and you can't do what you were doing, and suddenly you see some doming when you have been doing these exercises all month and being washboard flat and firm. So that's what's happening. So what can you do about it? Well, you can't change your hormone levels, so you can't do anything about that. So what can you do about it? Well, you can notice what's happening in your body. So for you, if you're like, okay, every time in my premenstrual stage, I feel weaker, I see doming, okay, you just know for 3 days you need to cut back on the exercise. It doesn't mean stop exercising, it means go back a level. So if you are doing high intensity workouts, or you're up to running, or you're doing HIIT, drop it down. Walk for 3 days, don't run. Do low impact intensity, lower the weight. So if you're pushing 20 pounds, maybe go down to 15 or 10. Do the workout, but drop it down so that you can control it. Still feel strong, but control it. Don't sit on the couch and eat chocolate, okay? Like, that's not going to help. Believe me, I've tried. It's not going to help. But drop the intensity down, or do switch your workouts around. Just know it's 3 days and then you're going to be totally fine again. So just understand what your body's going through. Dress for it. Right? We all have those premenstrual clothes that we wear. Like, that just is life. And you did that, admit it, you did that before you had diastasis and before pregnancy. They just might have been a slightly different size, but we all do it. So it's not unusual. Can you fix it? Not really. You could probably work better on your nutrition and your water on those days and the days leading up to it. But really, it's about the hormone balance. So you're not going to switch that out. You can't change things. You know, if you're on the pill, then maybe you're adjusting things so that you could work out what days are like that versus what are not. But just track your cycle, know what impacts you, and prepare for it. That's as simple as that. Like, and as you get stronger, it doesn't impact you quite as much. It may be slightly less impactful, but it's still going to be there. So you probably still should drop the level of your activity down. And remember, some people are exceptions to the rule. Some people are like, those 3 days, I feel so super strong. Like, I am Wonder Woman and I can do anything I want. So it's not always the case. And some people are like, I don't even know when I'm getting my period. Just like, surprise, like, there's no warning signs, right? So it's not for everybody, but if that is impacting you, that's what you should do.